When it comes to the best days to buy games, Boxing Day is one of the best. It's a day known for its deals, but whose origin in terms of the name is actually theorized to have to do more with historic charitable donations handed out by the church or by the lords, ladies, kings, and queens of ye days of old. Sadly, it's less than likely that stores and gaming companies will just be giving you free games as charity, but you can still find some games listed at very competitive and irresistible prices. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. I'm your host Amanda McKnight, and today we're going to be talking about some games that we expect to have some of the best discounts and best value as we count down the top 10 best games to buy on Boxing Day. Let's get to it. Number 10. FNAF. If you haven't played the Five Nights at Freddy's games yet, this holiday season might be a good time to start. Or it also might be a good time to just pick up that one game in the franchise that you're still missing. Complete the collection. Maybe some help wanted for VR gaming fans out there. Just saying, might be on a little sale. And some of the older games might be on sale, or you might even get lucky with the sale of a full Five Nights at Freddy's game bundle, because Five Nights at Freddy's is just so established and already so affordable. This is definitely a good series to look at investing in over the holidays, especially if you can find a good and competitive price. Number 9. The Outer Worlds. All I've heard when it comes to Outer Worlds is continuous praise. Actually, everyone that has told me about it is like, are you playing this yet? Have you tried it yet? And wow, yeah, it looks amazing. This game is also great because it's accessible no matter where you are playing, pretty much, minus phones and tablets. It's available on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Microsoft Windows. The game was more recently released on Xbox, PS, and PC, but has been out on Nintendo since June, so we might see some deals on it there when it comes to the Nintendo store. And honestly, I love the idea of an RPG that I can easily take with me, which is, in my opinion, the biggest appeal when it comes to the Switch console. If you are a fan of Fallout, The Outer Worlds is a game that was developed by the same creators of that game. The game is like a stylized space adventure RPG that loves tipping their hat to other famed stories of the same genre, like Joss Whedon's Firefly. If you are looking for a game that can take you beyond the stars with that Fallout or Bioshock classic period feel, look no further. And before we move on to our number 8 spot, it's time for me to do that super YouTubey thing where I ask you to please give this video a like. Seriously though, it really does help, so thank you if you already have. Number 8. Speed Dating for Ghosts. Who doesn't want to date some ghosties? This little dating sim game is a game I actually bought as part of the Cyber Monday holiday deals earlier on my Nintendo Switch, and it has slowly and eerily crept its way into my heart. I honestly think it's one of the best games I bought this year. The game is already very affordable, and when on sale is even more so. You could see this game price for as low as like $3. It's not a big game, especially in comparison to some of the other ones on this list, but it definitely packs a pretty mighty ectoplasmic punch when it comes to the amount of entertainment you're going to get out of it for the price. This dating simulation game is just what it sounds like, a game where you date ghosts after meeting them at a speed dating event. You get to choose who you want to date and how you react to different conversations, and even in some cases, ghostly heists. If you want a ghost heist, then you want to talk to one of my favorite ghosts from the game, Leon. That is a really fun date, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun with Leon. Overall, I just can't sing this game's praises enough and definitely recommend picking up a copy and checking it out for yourself this Boxing Day. Number 7. Borderlands 3. Or really any of the Borderlands collections besides. Borderlands is just a great game, and if you haven't played it yet, you need to change that. Borderlands 3 is the latest game to come out of this franchise and was released last year in September. Due to the fact that it isn't on the newest hotness list anymore because it's like over a year old, you'll likely see some good discounts on what is a great game that is definitely worth your money. The thing I really love about the Borderlands franchise, including number 3, is that it is one of the last few game franchises out there that features couch co-op, allowing you to play with your friends or family members side by side from the comfort of your couch without needing an online subscription or a second console or PC in addition to a second television or monitor. Couch co-op is super underrated when it comes to gameplay experience, and I'm happy that Borderlands 3 still continues to give its fans this option. I love couch co-op. Give me more couch co-op. Maybe I'm the only person that still wants it, but I miss it. Number 6. Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, you wouldn't think that Cyberpunk 2077 would make the cut because it's just so new. How could it be on sale? But fortunately, and unfortunately, it has had its problems during release, with tons of glitches being reported across the older gen consoles and even newer gen consoles. If you are playing this on a PC that meets its maximum as opposed to minimum gaming requirements, you're probably fine, but otherwise prepare for some parts of this game to just be super broken and unplayable. So why should you get it? Well, because glitches can actually be fixed, and at its core, Cyberpunk 2077 is still a beautiful and extensive game that has lots of attention to detail and love poured into its creation. It's still worth it, I think. Despite the glitches, even people who are struggling to play their copies acknowledge how much of a masterpiece this game is, and eventually all these glitches will be patched up, will be ironed out, and will be gone. So if the price drops due to these issues, Cyberpunk 2077 is one you'll want to snatch up now while the price is lower. You just might wanna wait to play it. But we've all waited over 8 years since it was first announced in 2012, so really, what is like a little bit longer? I think this massive and compelling open world action-based RPG is definitely worth the wait. Number 5. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is a must-play game for those who haven't, and those who own a PlayStation. This game is a PlayStation exclusive. Sad face for me, who is a huge Xbox fan, but that's fine. It's beautiful. And it is known for its breathtaking landscapes and visuals, as well as its engaging story. Not only that, but many have praised the game for the fact that it's taking us to a less explored area in the world of gaming, taking us on a journey back in time to feudal Japan. And even more important, gameplay in terms of sword fighting combat in the game is just some of the best out there right now. The biggest complaint people had about Ghost of Tsushima, which came out this summer, was that the main character was just less interesting in comparison to some of the others featured in this game. If that's like your biggest complaint, by the way, you have an awesome game, in my opinion. If anything, more people want more of a spin-off sequel than a one-for-one follow-up, but either way, a follow-up is definitely something everyone who has played this game agrees that we're going to need because the game is just that good. Ghost of Tsushima being released earlier in the year means you might see a decent discount on this game. Number 4. Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey pays tribute to the games that have come before it, and inspired it in regards to the Super Mario platformer game franchise, while still adding some new and fun mechanics attached to a heartwarming new BFF for our main plumber Mario. Meet Cappy, Mario's hat! Cappy allows players to possess other characters utilizing their abilities, as Mario creepily is able to, through Cappy, basically put himself inside them. Basically, Mario is like using his hat to possess people. Which is weird, but also kind of awesome. Cappy and Mario are on a mission to, well, do the thing they normally do, save the princess and her animated pal and Cappy's sister Tiara from, you guessed it, Bowser. Although this is still a Mario game and is in a way predictable in terms of the game's end goal, the journey that you take to get there is a roller coaster of fun surprises. This is probably one of the best Mario games to date, so if you see it on sale, you need to experience it for yourself and purchase it. Number 3. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Earlier this year, when the pandemic hit and many of us were confined to our homes to ensure we all stayed safe and healthy, this game soared. Animal Crossing: New Horizons shattered records and turned millions of people onto this charming series, which has been going on since 2001. The latest game, however, to join the franchise, New Horizons, had the benefit of good timing with its cheerful and optimistic approach to life simulation, where you take the role of an adventurous villager who has just settled down on a newly discovered island as part of Tom Nook's new island getaway package. The game continues to wow fans with new and exciting updates to match the season and holidays, and tons of in-game events for you to enjoy alongside your friends if you happen to also be playing online. Because this game was released much earlier this year, it's possible we could see a discount finally applied to what was initially a pricey game. And if you haven't played New Horizons yet, any discount should be taken advantage of, cause it's an amazing game, worth every single cent. Buy it, do it, it's so good. Number 2. Fall Guys. Fall Guys has to be one of the most fun games that I have ever played. It is just a good time, and if you haven't already played it, for free on the PlayStation. If, let's say, you don't have a PlayStation, you can also get it on PC through Steam. It might not be heavily discounted, but even a few dollars is like a nice little save that you could put towards, I don't know, buying some more content for the game, like all the adorable skin bundles that they have. Even then, you might see a discount on some bundles with the game or added kudos points put in for the holidays, and honestly, those kudos bundles are awesome. Just get all the kudos you can early on, and then when stuff comes into the shop in-game, you can just buy it as you like using that in-game currency and you don't have to worry about it. Fall Guys is just a breath of fresh air. It is so bright and colorful and fun, and honestly, it's super addictive. Like, when I start playing it, I'm there for a few hours. I'm not gonna leave that game for a few hours at least. Once you start playing, you don't want to stop because the rounds are just so brief and each game is just so delightful. Even if you don't qualify or you don't get a crown, you still want to keep coming back. You become a competitive bean. I'm a bean. Number 1. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Spider-Man Miles Morales is probably one of, if not the best game to come out this year. The game is not just super important, but it also allows us to get to know Miles Morales even better, fleshing out his relationships, his story, and his home neighborhood of Harlem. Also, Miles is just a super likable character. He's just great. Miles Morales gives us improved graphics while also giving us some of the familiarity of the previous Spider-Man game when it comes to mechanics, but with a few new additions and some bonus twists. With a compelling story told through dynamic and stunning gameplay and featuring stunning and lively locations, what more could you ask for? This game has been proclaimed as such a smash hit. It might not have a crazy sale or anything like that, but there may be some bundle deals featuring it that you probably won't want to miss, if you are lucky enough to get your hands on a PS5, that is, because I imagine it'll be bundled in with that. What games are you planning on getting? Which games are you holding out for when it comes to those sales? And what platform are you hoping to buy them for? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to stay safe this holiday season and keep on gaming on. Pew pew!